Okay, we got Amanda here from Occupy Houston. First question, when did you become a member of the Occupy movement?
I got here as quickly as I could. I moved in from Clear Lake in September.
Clear Lake, Texas?
Yes, I did not have the internet, so I had no idea that Houston had its own Occupy until one of my friends asked me, "Are you going to go Occupy this weekend?" And
you already knew about Wall Street.
Oh, of course. And so as soon as I found out Houston was starting, I got here I think like 10 days into the occupation on
16th.
Energy Day. On the 15th or 16th for the Energy Rally.
Awesome.
Energy Day rally.
How would you describe the situation in the United States right now?
Oh man, it's pretty profoundly bad, to be honest. Like, especially after the Citizens United ruling, that took a lot of my faith away.
Do you want to tell, in case some people aren't aware what that is? You want to tell them about
SEC versus Citizens United. Basically, everybody knows, corporations basically are considered to be people. They have the same inalienable rights that we do, even though
without the responsibility.
Without the responsibility and the fact that they're basically in existence to shield actual people from liability. So, SEC versus Citizens United ruled that corporations cannot be limited as far as how much of their funding they can put forth in campaign ads. So, like, a particular candidate has a cap on which, after which they cannot continue to pay for campaign ads. However, individual people on behalf of, an idea or a candidate can throw whatever they want. They can, because that's your right to express yourself. If you really, really, really like, I don't know, let's say Mitt Romney, like, you can scream it from the rooftops and the government can't say shit. You can
as an individual.
You can, as an individual. But
or
now corporations can do the same thing because they're people. So that kind of shook my faith a little bit in the whole process when that happened. And also, like, I'm not even sure what the act is called that's going before Congress on Tuesday, but where they're basically trying to declare all of America to be part of the war zone.
Yeah, that if they could just pick one of us to be in any combatant.
Terrifying. Yes, exactly. So.
And just start disappearing people and things.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
How would you describe, from your point of view, the Occupy movement? What do you think this is all about? What is this?
Well, not only have we started, like, really, really fostering a major conversation that's kind of been long overdue as far as, the state that we're in as a democracy and where we are as far as corporate powers controlling, what should be our interests. There's this amazing network of people which you guys are, helping to foster and create that's really coming out. Like, I feel like the leaders of our generation are getting to meet each other, like, now, in our early mid-20s, late 20s, just like now, everybody's getting to know one another, everybody's exchanging contact information, and even if Occupy fell apart tomorrow, which it won't because it's going to be here for a long time, we would still have the framework, to get in contact with one another.
To be a people.
And to be a people and to start pushing for, actual legislative changes as well as social and political ones.
Awesome. Are you a member of the Economic 99%?
Hell no. My family actually, like, my parents were members of the 1%, actually, but I'm definitely below the 250K.
Okay.
I work in social services. I have a soul, so yeah.
I like
not that everybody in the 1% is soulless money grubbers, but
It's hard to. What is it to say about in the Bible? There's a quote about who gets to have a hard time getting into heaven.
Oh man, like a camel through the eye of a needle.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about what your life is like as a member of the Economic 99%?
Well, let's see. I have my bachelor's degree. I'm underemployed. And I've been out of college for a couple of years. Like, I actually paid my dues, I guess, as you could say, working, getting the base experience out of social services, hoping to be able to transition into, like, salaried case management jobs. But
helping
there's,
people,
there's seriously, like, there's nothing out there. So I'm underemployed right now, though I do have a job, and just trying to balance that with Occupy, and I'm one of a lot of people going back to school, getting my master's degree, so that I can postpone having to find the salary job. Find the.
Hoping it'll be better by the time you get further along.
Hopefully. It can't get much worse.
How long will you be a member of the Occupy movement?
I'm in it to win it, I guess you could say. Like, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm totally so invested. All my cards are on this one. Yeah.
Good deal. Do you have you know, a favorite experience or
I'm
story
so glad
about
you asked
Occupy?
that question. I'm so glad you asked that question. All right, so the night before we got taken into jail for the tarps, you know, like we basically had tarps covering some bins. And
Nothing put into the ground. They
nothing
were just
put into the
tarps
ground,
over.
Nothing put into the ground. So it was totally legal. It was totally not a structure, as they were saying. And we were just kind of arguing with the police over the letter of the law, you know, because they're trying to enforce this non-existent law. So this guy, he gets this umbrella that the wind has turned inside out because it is so cold,
So it's
so
like
windy, so
poofing
rainy.
up, like-
The wind, it is like that. And the cop is down here, like just walking around being an asshole, trying to tell us what's up. And this guy, like just poof, appears out of nowhere, gets on the ground, like completely sheltered by the circumference of this upside down umbrella. And he's chasing the cop around, like still underneath the umbrella. Officer, is this a structure? Is this a structure? Like it was almost like a cartoon.
Biomech structure.
Yeah, like carrying a bush, you know, like chasing Roadrunner and like hiding behind the bush, this guy with the umbrella. And then after that started, JJ, our metalhead, was making all sorts of ridiculous, like
Everybody
people
who
showing
watches
us-
these interviews will have met JJ too.
Oh yeah, he's like, officer, is my erection a structure? Is this an erection? It was good times.
That's
Heckling
good.
the police and.
And
Yeah.
people ended up getting arrested that night.
No, it was
No,
the
that
next
wasn't that night.
That the cop actually was laughing with us by the end of it. I mean, you
You
can't.
saw
get-
how silly it was.
Yeah,
so.
it was so absurd. It was a different shift of cops that decided to take it all the way.
The next day, it wasn't as a humanized cop as it was then.
Exactly.
We're getting low on film.
Okay, we got two more questions. Is there anything you would like to get across to people who may not have heard of Occupy or may be misinformed about it?
Don't trust corporate media. Don't trust corporate media. We everything that is on the list of, well, not even demands that we have. Everything that we stand for is things I think that
Like the New York Declaration.
Yes, like the New York Declaration. They're just universal human rights issues that I think everybody should be able to get behind. So if you dislike Occupy or if you say I support Occupy, but I mean, like, most likely your misinformed opinion is the result of corporate media. So I'd say get on out, come meet some people like in the movement.
No, yeah, and then right now, for the first time, there's most all these Occupy cities and towns are, having continuous unedited video where you can see what's really happening.
Yes, and that needs to happen.
My last question for you is there any message you would like to give to your fellow Occupy brothers and sisters in the movement, specifically in Texas, but across the world?
Keep working hard, everybody. Like, we're doing it. Keep working hard.
All right, thank you very much, Amanda from Occupy Houston, and we appreciate it.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Right now.
Bye, Anna.